CNN.
Well, Congresswoman Jan Schakowsky is the latest member of Congress to announce that she and her husband have tested positive for COVID. She joins a list of lawmakers who have recently contracted the virus amid the Omicron surge, and she joins me now. As I said in the break, you look good. You don't look sick. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling just fine. Thanks, Poppy. It's very mild symptoms that I have, a bit of sniffle and occasional headache, but otherwise not much at all. And I think I really can attribute that, it seems, to having been vaccinated and boosted. And those of us who have been, I think the symptoms that we have are pretty mild. So I still recommend very much that people do everything they can to get vaccinated and have the booster.
Absolutely. President Biden was asked in that ABC interview earlier this week if he thinks it's a failure that the administration has really fallen short, especially on tests. It's very hard, I can tell you, here in New York City just to find those at-home tests. He said no, he doesn't think it's a failure. What do you think needs to be done, though? What do you want this administration to do to get more ahead of it?
Well, for individuals, I would just say if you are feeling any kind of a symptom, even a cold symptom, and you can't get a test, I would treat it as a warning when it comes to being with your family. The more that you can, that the administration can do to help to get the tests out, that our pharmacies have that equipment. That's where I went to get home testing. That works pretty well. So, yes, I think we need to get those circulated as much as possible, but I do think that people need to take care. Fortunately, my husband had symptoms. We had a home test and were able in time to decide to cancel going to a family gathering. When I think about what it would have been like if we had gone and then possibly infected everyone else. So this is really a time to take care.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the responsible thing to do for everyone around you. Let's turn to the agenda when you get back, when all of you come back into session in Washington, the Democratic agenda, both Build Back Better and voting rights. Key on the table right now on voting rights, the president recently said this is the single biggest issue. Which is the highest priority for all of you when you get back?
There's no question that if American people cannot vote, and if we don't have legislation that is passed that it will assure that is real damage to our democracy, no question about it. And so we're hoping that in the Senate, after all, the bill that actually would restore our voting rights is Joe Manchin's bill, that it is my hope that we're going to be able to get it passed. If we do it with just a majority of votes, that's the way we have to do it. It has to be done. Our democracy is very fragile, and this is no time to waste right now.
You're talking about the agreement between Lisa Murkowski and Joe Manchin. You think that's where the agreement will come?
I'm hoping very much that it will. And that is not to say that we don't want to move ahead quickly on the Build Back Better bill. It is transformational in terms of what it would mean just to the life of ordinary Americans, the kind of help for families. So we're going to push that as well. We're not giving up on that fight.
To that point, I hear you, but I was reading an interview you did with my friend and colleague Aaron Burnett in November, and you were pretty sure in that interview that Joe Manchin wouldn't sideline this thing, that he would get on board and he wouldn't even slow down Build Back Better. And now we are where we are. You think things are going to change significantly from him?
No. Well, the way things change with Senator Manchin on a regular basis, I'm still hoping that it can change the other ways.
I don't know. He's actually been, hasn't he been pretty consistent on this, saying, here's my top line number?
We agree on the top line number, but he also, according to the president, he said that he agreed with the framework as well. And, if there are some specific things right now that he says, yes, I could vote for it if we had this, then, you know, we need to listen. But the outline of this legislation has also been clear for a very long time. And the president felt before he went on to Fox News that he had a commitment that there was going to be moving forward. So I don't want to give up on that. And certainly all the groups that are engaged in this, the mobilization of people who are trying to reach voters in West Virginia as well, and the West Virginians, including the mine workers who have been talking to Joe Manchin, want the Build Back Better bill to pass, and Americans really need it, especially right now. I would say this is a moment where we need both voting rights and the Build Back Better bill.
Two big agenda items. We'll see what the new year brings. Get fully well. You look healthy. Get fully well.
Thank you.
And enjoy the holidays. Thank you, Congresswoman.
Thanks, Poppy. Appreciate you.